Bush in PBS. Bush announces new security measures to enable air traffic controllers to take over a distressed aircraft and land it by remote control, okay? That's what the program is. That's what's going on.
What Phil Marshall, who was qualified on both aircraft, obviously discovered in his own investigation was that there was a distinct possibility that some of the aircraft used, or all of the aircraft used on 9/11, were hybrid aircraft created for the purpose of being droned and being put into the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and of course the fourth plane that missed its ultimate target and went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. It's obviously Occam's razor. The easiest explanation in this case is the correct explanation. For INFOWARS.com, I'm Wayne Matson.
Thank you, Wayne. Now, coming up in our show, we have more special reports. One in particular, report by John Bound. He's talking about the situation that's going on down in Houston. Now, if you're not aware of this, they were trying to make it a fine for people who did not accommodate transgendered, if that's the proper term, people in restrooms, which is to say a full-grown man can walk into the ladies' restroom and stand up and urinate while there's a little girl washing her hand at the sink. And people would say, you know, hey, if you don't accommodate this grown man, you're transphobic. And the good people of Houston said, we're not transphobic. We just have common sense. We understand that that man can walk right into the men's restroom. And if he has an issue for whatever reason, then he can sit down in the pot, whatever it is he has to do, but he doesn't need to come in here and do all this stuff. So that's a John Bound report. Also, it ties into what Alex Jones was saying today on the Alex Jones radio show, breaking down a very similar piece of information, talking about Bruce Jenner being the person of the year, or the woman of the year, or whatever else. And it's not transphobia. It's a trans fixation by the public. You know, this guy who, you know, was an incredible athlete, grew his hair out, changed his name. If you want to change his name, it's not a problem to me. But now they're saying you have to identify him as a woman. No, he is a male with long hair and a different name, but he's still a male nonetheless. So stay tuned for both of those special reports.
The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. That's ancientdefense.com. Break down why you're so proud of these filters.
Well, I mean, the Alexa Pure is really a culmination of all of my experience. It was posed to me as an extremely challenging project. They wanted a product that would actually operate without any electricity, so you had no pressure. You had to do it all by gravity, and they really effectively said, we need everything imaginable to be removed efficiently, way higher than 99%. And so the result was, it's an extreme challenge. Worked on it for quite a long time. And basically what we've done is we've created the only filter, to my knowledge, that hits all three. It will remove effectively all the major metals, all the major non-metals such as fluoride. It will take out all known microbiological threats, including viral, bacterial, and cyst. And it will take out organic chemicals, pretty much everything, without exception. It's a very, very powerful device. I don't believe that there's anything else out there in the world that can do that, especially under gravity flow conditions. The fit and finish are fantastic. No compromise was made on the quality of the construction. So, I mean, it's really a remarkable achievement on their part, and I feel very proud, actually, to be part of the team that put that together.
What's your view overall on fluoride?
Well, okay, so we actually tested against both the fluoride ion and the fluorosilicate that you mentioned, which is the additive that people put into water under federal control. And basically, we removed both of them with equal efficiency. So we wanted to be sure that no matter how fluoride is added to the water, it can be intercepted and removed. So that's how we've dealt with that. All I can tell you is that we tested against all known fluoride chemicals that are added to water, the new ones and the old ones, and we removed them all of equal efficiency.
And it's your belief that this is the best gravity-fed filter of the design out there available to the public?
Without a doubt. I mean, most of these gravity flow filters are at best simple particulate filters. They remove dirt and debris, sediment. They're not going to be capable of intercepting a viral particle to the degree we're talking quantitative reduction below detection. No one can touch that kind of capability.
Well, I'm impressed, and I want to thank you so much for your time today. It is the Alexa Pure Pro family of water filtration systems available, discounted exclusively at InfoWarsStore.com. I want to thank Mr. Red Hawk for allowing us to be part of the launch of this. It's on sale right now for their main unit, $177. Leading competitors that aren't even as good are more than that. And they've also got the survival spring type straw system for survival that is an absolute must-have.
The sleeping giant has awakened. The days of bullying the average American with bleeding heart liberal socialist lunacy appears to have run its course. Voters nationwide rallied to send a clear message to President Obama's administration and Hillary Clinton's campaign of left-field criminal madness.
You know, our Constitution is being shredded. We know about the secret wiretaps. We know about the secret military tribunals, the secret White House email accounts.
An overwhelming majority of Americans reject their policies and phony egalitarian rhetoric. Houston, Texas voters put an end to Houston Mayor Anise Parker's moronic ordinance that subjected businesses with $5,000 fines for not allowing men dressed as women to prowl women's restrooms. An ordinance putting women and children in danger, all in the name of gender discrimination, flatly defying common sense.
In a shocking discovery, the University of Toronto recently found that allowing gender-neutral bathrooms increased the rate of voyeurism, or to use the more common English, peeping, also known as being a sicko and a pervert.
First of all, this was a team effort of everyone up here, of every church, of every citizen who understands common decency and common sense. It was not a partisan issue. It was not a liberal issue, conservative issue, or moderate issue.
The Houston Chronicle reports Houston's controversial equal rights ordinance failed by a wide margin Tuesday, with voters opting to repeal the law that offered broad non-discrimination protections. Big money gun control met its match in Virginia. Virginia voters sent the message to Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe that his progressive rhetoric is no longer legitimate. Breitbart reports Bloomberg was hoping to capitalize on the tragic shooting of 2 Virginia TV reporters by a disgruntled newsman earlier this summer. He pumped millions into the race for 2 critical state Senate seats. As a result, both Democrats were able to dramatically outspend their Republican rivals. Bloomberg and his super PAC Every Town for Gun Safety hoped to show that Democrats could win on the issue of gun control. Also, Governor McAuliffe had made enacting new restrictions on gun ownership a centerpiece of his campaigning for Democrats around the state. In San Francisco, sanctuary city supporting and highly incompetent Sheriff Ross Mercarimi was soundly defeated, receiving only 31% of the vote. This on the heels of the murder of 32-year-old Kate Steinle by Francisco Sanchez in broad daylight as she strolled down San Francisco's waterfront. Sanchez, a Mexican illegal immigrant, had been released from Mercarimi's jail, despite the fact that federal officials had requested Sanchez be held and possibly deported. Tea Party Republicans Matt Bevin and Janine Hampton, the first black statewide office holder in Kentucky, swept up seats after an ugly barrage of Democratic negative ad campaigns assaulted the ethics of the good people of Kentucky. A state with rural and Christian roots, that have had about all they can stand from Washington, D.C.'s pompous lies and blatant tactics of division. Obama's Democratic governors only number 17 as of 2015, down from 29 in 2008. The power of the puppets of the New World Order is dwindling, and before this report gets rabbit-punched by name-calling Democratic liberals with zero substance in their arguments, this isn't about the Republican or Democratic paradigm.
The construction of a new world order.
Our liberties as American citizens have been under a fierce attack by the controllers of that paradigm. Today was a show of force and a victory for liberty and the future of our republic. Power to the people. John Bound for INFOWARS.com.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. Responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people. You really want to know?
I am inside.
Several party members have been murdered, Chief Inspector.
We're interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you this terrifying report.
It was almost as if it were a planned implosion. It just pancaked.
Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
New York, very much a city still in chaos. The phones are not working properly. The subway lines are not working properly.
The sky now black with smoke in front of us. Just across the Tigris River here. This is shock and awe, Tom, to the population of Baghdad. Shock and awe, indeed.
The people you liberate will witness the honorable and decent spirit of the American military.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Come on.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
I love my dad. I'd kill for him. I'd go to prison for him because I love him so much.
I love Bill Clinton.
What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.
When you are subverting the power of government, that's a fundamentally dangerous thing to democracy.
What do you think of Edward Snowden?
I think he's a traitor.
Obama is the one that kills the U.S. troops if the Russians bomb any of them. Obama is the one that put them in harm's way. Obama is the one using them as human shields.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history.
I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game.
Welcome to America, ISIS. This is what we do. Woo!
We got people that have taken your asses out in this building right now. We're armed to the teeth, and we're not scared. You got that, you sons of bitches?
In 2012, your agency was saying, quote, the Salafists, the Muslim Brotherhood, and Al-Qaeda in Iraq are the major forces driving the insurgents in Syria. In 2012, the US was helping coordinate arms transfers to those same groups. Why did you not stop that?
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for? Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it. Are we ready for it?
You know, Australia is a good example. Canada is a good example. The UK is a good example. Why? Because each of them had mass killings.
Somebody somewhere will comment and say, Obama politicized this issue. Well, this is something we should politicize.
I'm not going to carry a gun. I don't want to be involved in a gunfight.
If I could have gotten 51 votes in the Senate of the United States for an outright ban, picking up every one of them, Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
Go ahead. Make my day.
So the notion that gun laws don't work, it's not borne out by the evidence.
He says that Chicago police had a plan over this bloody 4th of July weekend. Nonetheless, as you indicated, Corey, there was a count of casualties that could have been from Afghanistan or Iraq.
We'll make it harder for law-abiding citizens, and criminals will still get their guns.
In many cases, the offenders, felons, some out on parole, some out on bond.
We have to respect the tradition in this country of people who want to defend themselves and their family from violence.